I was watching the Bills game, and for me watching it, I was watching both quarterbacks. And when I see how Joe Burrow was playing, and I see how Josh Allen was playing, dude, the way this Joe Burrow was picking the package, you just look at. I'm not a football player, but I'm just saying, just looking at guy that's actually trying to win a game with a team, and watching the other side, seeing Josh Allen trying to win a game, I feel like it was him, Josh Allen, trying to do so much by himself. This guy run the ball. He's to throw the ball. He probably got more carries single than any player on the Bills. What, 19 carries, I believe. He got about 8. It been like that all season. There's no adjustment on the offense for your team. I don't see no adjustment. He saw the one guy just trying to be so. He's trying to do so much. Be this hero. Be this. Run the ball. Throw the ball. Get away from this. He doing so much yesterday. I'm looking at it like there's no way you guys didn't have no type of game plan coming here to help this guy out. To at least had a decent running game. At least move around. I don't know, screenplays or something. I think he played all right. But compared to the other quarterback, Joe, man, right now, if you ask me, I'll pick Joe Burrow over Josh Allen from what I seen yesterday, as team wise. But what is your team? So I'm just gonna give you the flow. I'm gonna sit back, because hey, express it out. This is about our sport, man. This is what we're about. We react because we love the game that we watch. This is the only time we can actually express our emotions because it comes from a deep.
Hey, you should have asked me yesterday after the game. I was hot.
I understand, but please, man, express that out for me, bro. What's going on? How and what happened? So
Man,
much questions, man.
it's too many questions. But first of all, man, Ken Dorsey, and I understand this is first year calling plays. He's never done it. And also remember, this same coach just a couple of days ago, he took an interview for a head coach with I think the Panthers, maybe Carolina, which I've always been against. I think the NFL should make a rule like if you're still in the playoffs, man, they shouldn't even try to interview you until you're out completely. And I'm not saying that's why the Bills lost, but I'm just saying from the beginning of the game, the Buffalo Bills didn't look like they were ready to go, man. Like, and I was scared after that first game a couple weeks ago that unfortunately didn't finish because of the injury to Hamlin, which they stopped after first quarter. The first 2 drives that the Bengals had in that game, they tear apart that Bills defense so easy. And that was my biggest fear coming to this game. I'm like, I really hope the Bills coaches would make some kind of adjustments to the game. Apparently they didn't. Our head coach is supposed to be known to be a defensive coach. But yesterday, if you're a defensive coordinator, Leslie Frazier, if he's not calling the game right, you got to step in as a head coach and help out. He didn't do that. We got our coach on defense, on special teams, on offense, defense, like in all phases of the game, we got our coach, man. And I blame on the head coach, first of all. And I know a lot of people in Buffalo, they don't want to criticize Sean because they think he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. So they won't be they don't want to criticize him. But I think after 4 or 5 years, after starting so well and end up with the same result, at some time, man, you gotta make a change. And I'm not saying he gotta get fired.
Wait, what part of the like the change should comes in and the what
So
the coaching?
it gotta be somewhere. I don't know where, but somewhere. And I know yesterday I was talking to the Bills fan. Leslie Frazier is a great defensive coach. It is so hard to get rid of him when the Bills, for the past 5 years since he's been in Buffalo, they have been a top 5 defense in every area of defense in all the 5 years been there. But then there are like small instances, like 13 seconds last year in Kansas City, like yesterday, like at the most important game, that's when you don't show up. He's been showing up throughout the year, and then my biggest problem is
But but
you
but
get
but
right.
for the past what couple games, or let me say for the past 3 weeks or so, when we actually have conversation about the Bills, nobody bring up the defense up like that. Everybody want to bring up what Josh Allen gonna do. That's what I'm trying to say. Everything is so much about what Josh Allen is gonna do, what he's gonna do. I remember telling you this, before, I think with John, when I mentioned that you got by the time the playoff show up, comes around, is he gonna be beat down? You know, and then yesterday, like there's a part where Dix was wide open, but he was so much focused on just because I gotta do it, I gotta do it, I gotta do it, I gotta do it. I think like
Right.
he think about running before he even start throwing the ball. And you,
But you know what? He didn't do that from the get go though.
right,
They
right,
tried
right,
to, and like you said, it's true. He always tried to play hero ball. He wanted to be the hero. Because
that's how Carson Wentz was with us. But he's totally
there's
different from Jess Allen. I'm just saying. But that's how
there,
Carson Wentz was with
right,
us at some point.
right. Like there's a stat about which team throws deep more. Like they had like the top four longest passes, I guess longest receiver to quarterback to receiver throws throughout the season. It
Uh-huh.
was always Josh to Steph Diggs or Josh to Gabe and Josh to Knox. The only other players that were there was Joe Burrow to Chess. So like out of the top four longest passes, it was only Josh. But guess
Right.
what? You can't always go for the home run. And like you said, like you pick Joe Burrow. I don't. I even me being a Bills fan, I don't really blame you. Joe Burrow, he plays the quarterback position like it should be played.
Right. Yep.
Now,
Oh
now
yeah.
Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, they do so many other things, but also they make mistakes too. Joe Burrow is never too high or too low. He's just the same.
Like
When Josh Allen playing at his best, he's the greatest quarterback in the NFL. But at the same time, you gotta expect those bad decisions, throwing interception, fumble for a touchdown back. And at this point, I'd rather have Joe Burrow because he's consistent. Consistent. He's not mobile like Josh Allen
right.
and Patrick Mahomes, but he plays the quarterback the right way, man. He gets rid of the ball, and one of the reasons he does that, he does have the weapons. If he didn't have those three receivers, he wouldn't the same play. And they better win the Super Bowl this year or
But
next year
but
because
but
all those
but
three players.
also when you look at Joe Burrow, he actually feeding his number one target. Whether it was a coverage, whether it's not a coverage. Yesterday we don't see that with
Dude,
just
man,
Allen,
he got
huh?
he got three number ones.
Yeah, we're talking about Chase, man.
He got three number
That's what we
ones.
talk about. You know what we talk about. But yesterday, when you look at the Bills itself, like, okay, first, do you have a problem with Dix and the sideline yelling at Josh Allen about the situation about him being wide open? I believe. Oh, with all that was going on, do you think that he was wrong for that? Because you got to look at it. He's going against another wide receiver out there that's eating, that's cooking. And his quarterback trusts him. There was some passes out there. I'm like, damn, Chase has to, and they were using Chase off screens. They were using him all type of different way. And
Right.
Dix was just being a regular wide receiver, and he wasn't getting the ball. And then you watch the other side. You see how these men is getting the ball. Like, do you think that built up his anger for him to actually expose like that, saying that, hey, does he have right to do that?
I guess yes and no. He does have the right to complain. But I saw that story earlier today on the internet, and
Right,
they actually show the stats. So they're saying the ball was thrown towards him 10 times, and he had four catches. Now I don't know if the other six throws were just bad throws by Josh Allen or Steph Dix just didn't catch them. I'm not sure, but he got thrown the ball 10 times.
right.
He was leading on the Bills team, so he got the ball more than another player. But maybe because for some reason him and Josh Allen who throughout their time in Buffalo have been always on the same page.
Right.
Yesterday just didn't click, and I guess he just because, like you said, he looks on the other side. You see Higgins and Chess getting all these stats, and him being a top receiver, he would like to put himself on the same level as those other players.
Right. Right.
But he didn't have the stats to show, so he got frustrated. But you gotta control your frustrations. You can't storm out of the locker room before even the coach shows up to give a speech. I heard some other player asked him to come back, and he
Yeah.
came back. So he was there for when the coaches started talking. But you can't. I mean, you can't. I guess you have to show. You can show frustrations, but personally, I don't like seeing that stuff. But like the
Yeah.
coach
Yeah.
said, the coach
I,
said that if your players are not showing frustrations, then they don't care. So I don't know, man.
yeah. But I mean, to me, honestly, at the moment, the way that they should, like watching the video and how it happens. I mean, Giles, of course, wasn't paying. I mean, I'm not saying he wasn't heard what he was saying, but he was still busy looking at the game plan, and that all comes down to, and that's all comes down to me saying the Buffalo Bills offense is just through one person. If that one person can make it happen, and then maybe the passes that Dick once was like the moment he's supposed to be like, yo, bro, I'm your number one target. Pass me this ball right now. You know what I mean? Like that type of way. Yes, 10 passes. It's supposed to be a lot of passes again. I mean targets in a game. But at that moment, like he was open, And coming back to recycle to what you say, bro, man. This whole thing here, man, with them getting all frustrated and being all that, dude, they just got manhandled yesterday, and then that really
Yeah,
hurt. To me, that's what this was all about at the end. When it's all said and done, be like, yo, bro, y'all went against a team that had a game plan that comes out here and they actually whip that ass, and nobody can take that type of loss, especially when your expectation was. And again, Buffalo Bills, man, you guys are second to Cowboy fans about your high expectations, man.
hey, listen, it wasn't only Cowboys fans. Even Vegas picked the Bills to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's the
So,
problem.
and sometimes my Bills, they're not used to being the handed. You know,
Right.
they never used to do. When the last time the Bills were the Super Bowl favorites, it was back in the '90s. Even then they lost all of them. I
Well,
mean,
for the past few years, you guys were Super Bowl contenders, except for Patrick Mahomes in your way. I mean, and again,
a couple
bro,
times, yeah.
speaking, yeah, but speaking of this, you guys had to deal with Tom Brady for almost 20 years, right?
I now got deal with.
And then now y'all got to deal with Mahomes. Y'all got to deal with Joe Burrow. Y'all got to deal with other quarterback that's actually coming. I mean, like you guys had your shots, man. The past few years, you guys had a couple shots, especially last year. And, I mean, year before that with a 13-second. I mean, there's a lot of chances you guys have. But now let's get down to the team, right? No, this is personal right here, bro. This is a divisional game, so whoa, woo.